G'day legends, I hope you're all fantastic. On today's video, we are checking out a vintage TC Electronic booster plus line driver and distortion. This one belongs to my friend Verley at Past Effects. I'm pretty stoked to check this one out because this has become a very desirable and sought after pedal. My good friend Ryan at Plagueside Studios has a really awesome in-depth video on the reissue of this pedal where he fairly straightforwardly came to the conclusion that it is not in fact just a TC integrated preamp plus a clipping circuit. It is very much its own thing. I'll put a link to that video in the description because it's an amazing in-depth video and all of Ryan's videos deserve to be watched. But I just want to hear this with my PRS DGT, the Synergy 800 module, Syn 5050 power amp, Fractal X-Load, and one of my free IRs. Let's just hear the tone with the pedal bypass, and I'm going to start out on the boost side. The volume, bass, and treble are active on the boost side. When you flick this little switch to the right, it will bring in the distortion circuit on there. Another kind of weird thing about this pedal is there is an XLR out on it, so you can use it to drive really, really long cables. If that's something you want to do, but let's just hit the starting point and go. That is such a sweetly voiced boost. Just everything at noon gives you a little bit more. And as you bring up the overall volume on there, you can just kind of tuck a little bit of that bass out to keep everything tight and chunky, boost a bit of the treble, and you can hear there, you get this really unique grind out of that. That is awesome. Let's hear the distortion side on there. I'll start with the distortion quite low, and I'll bring the volume back pretty much everything at noon so we can kind of start this again. I did like going to the single coil mode on the DGT, boosting the bass up on there. That just sounds fat and rude without like farting out or flubbing out. It takes that, kind of straightforward crunch and pushes it in so many different directions. So let's just hear the difference. You can see the little LED has an issue on here, but we'll hear the difference between the boost and the distortion on there. Back on the bridge humbucker. Garbage doesn't even enter the conversation with this one. This one is undeniably great. I can see why people get obsessed with this and why it's become a cult piece of gear, because it's just transforming that kind of stock Marshall style tone into something completely different. The distortion circuit there with the treble all the way down turns it into a beautiful smooth lead tone, and if you're on the boost mode with the bass tone down, the volume all the way up and a bit more treble in there kind of turns it into like a thrashy, grindy beast. And you can hear with the distortion all the way up on there again into some crunch, you can kind of get a fuzzy doom tone out of it. This pedal just has this kind of quality about it where it just feels tight and solid, and it makes playing feel better. You know, it's hard to communicate those kind of things when people talk about like the feel of a certain piece of gear, but this just feels like it makes the entire signal chain better. So I would kind of expect nothing less from TC Electronic. If you haven't seen my video with the vintage stereo chorus that I've got, that's one of my favorite chorus pedals. Beautiful, beautiful piece of engineering from everybody's favorite Danish pedal company that sadly is just kind of swallowed up into the amalgam that is Behringer or Music Tribe, whatever they're called. You know, they're still making pedals, they're making budget pedals, they make some really, really good stuff, but nothing like this. This feels like a high quality piece of audio gear, and you know, kind of like the 2290 as well. That thing is just a beautiful piece of engineering from that time period. This sounds good. It feels good. Apart from the fact that prices are already massively inflated on this, so I really hope Verli at Past Effects can clone this pedal and put out an affordable reissue. I would buy one immediately. Kind of want one of these on my main drive board because it's just a beautiful thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to support what I'm doing here on the channel, check the video description. Check out the Past Effects website. And again, if you want to see an in-depth video on the reissue of this pedal, go and check out the Plague Scythe Studios video that I've linked in the video description. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.